restaurant chains just trashed our military vets, boycott them now. Of all the asinine policies, Dave & Buster's Arcade and Restaurant in Kentwood, Michigan demanded veterans, Victor Murdoch and Adrian Brown of the American Legion Riders Post 179 of Grandville, Michigan, remove their vests or vacate the restaurant. The patches on their vests depicted the American flag, a bald eagle and the prisoner of war flag. The restaurant's management claimed the patches on their vests promoted gang-related symbols. This is political correctness run amok. According to military.com, Texas-based Dave & Buster's headquarters issued a statement explaining. The group was asked to remove the jackets or turn them inside out because the business dress code prohibits evidence of gang affiliation. Spokeswoman April Spearman said the policy was in place to ensure that everyone is able to enjoy themselves in a fun and safe environment. The American Legion is one of the oldest, most respected veterans organizations in the country. Since its charter and incorporation by Congress in 1919 following World War I, the American Legion has served as a patriotic veterans organization devoted to mutual helpfulness. The American Legion is most assuredly not a gang. The American flag, the bald eagle and the prisoner of war flag are not gang symbols. Dave & Buster's needs to reap what they have sown. The internet is full of forums and discussion groups planning to boycott Dave & Buster's for their utter contempt and disrespect of American veterans. Dave & Buster's is not only disrespecting veterans who have served our country, they are denying them their First Amendment right to freely express themselves. What does this say about America when our veterans cannot display the very flag they fought and died for? Not sure how to pronounce it, but the word is boycott. Phil Mudd says Trey needs to go. There is a famous song by Jim Croce song that warns about getting too close to the sun, that warns a man about biting off more than he can chew, that warns a man about trying to bully or pick on the wrong man. It is a classic parable told since Jesus's time. Advertisement. Don't underestimate people, don't be arrogant, use violence as a last resort, for if you choose to throw down you will quickly find yourself on an island, alone right where you thought you wanted to be. There will be no one coming to help, you can't call 911, you will have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. As the song warns, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Lone Ranger. Advertisement. Apparently, CNN host and former CIA agent Phil Mudd has not heard that song because he just did all those things and worse. Former CIA agent, and now paid CNN shill Phil Mudd took issue with Trey Gowdy's questioning yesterday of former CIA Director John Brennan. Representative Trey Gowdy, RSC, doggedly questioned Brennan about Trump-Russia collusion and contact and proof. Brennan dodged the questions for the most part because the answers were classified, and used other evasive tricks. Trey works for the American people and he knows we want to know the whole truth. And for that this guy Mudd said. Trey Gowdy should have his ass kicked. He knows the difference. If you are an American citizen and CIA is collecting intercepts of Russians of what you said, is it fair to go to court and say that is evidence of something you did wrong? The breach of decorum, the personal attacks, and calls for violence against a sitting congressman shocked even the hardened cynics in the FEC who are already reviewing tapes of the incident. Before the FEC could even investigate this clown, he kept talking and revealed a bombshell about the whole Trump-Russia. Because the American citizens have a right to have evidence presented in a court beyond a conversation of Russian official reports. It is a hard line. It is frustrating for the American people. I hope they don't want evidence perceived as something a Russian official says. I don't want to be convicted on that, Mudd said. Yes, Virginia, he just admitted that the evidence, proof, whatever you want to call it, is all based on what Russian officials have said. In other words, since Putin's goal was to create chaos, wouldn't having his people lie on tape to create chaos work as well as hacking an election? Obama disregards Logan Act. It's called the Logan Act and you just violated it, Barack Obama. It's a felony and comes with a lengthy jail sentence. In case you are not familiar, when you violated the Logan Act you basically committed treason. From Wikipedia. Advertisement. The Logan Act, 1 Stat. 613, 18 U.S.C. Section 953, enacted January 30, 1799, is a United States federal law that details the fine and/or imprisonment of unauthorized citizens who negotiate with foreign governments having a dispute with the United States. It was intended to prevent the undermining of the government's position. 2. The act was passed following George Logan's unauthorized negotiations with France in 1798, and was signed into law by President John Adams on January 30, 1799. The act was last amended in 1994, and violation of the Logan Act is a felony. You are not president anymore, Barack Obama, stop acting like it. If for no other reason than you value your personal freedom. And worse, stop going around the globe undermining President Trump. You show up in Germany when Trump had his first meeting with NATO, you show up in Italy when he is meeting with the G7. Advertisement. You show up like that gnome from the travel commercials wherever Trump is as if to advertise your shadow government is real and you offer an alternative to Trump. Elections have consequences. The Democrats are finished as a political party and your career is finished in politics. So please go away and let the next president run the world without your backseat driving. Just days after Trump pulled out of the Paris Accords, days after the liberals all melted down and world leaders said we were all doomed, Obama was out with a leader who bashed Trump. How not joining a voluntary, toothless, non-enforceable climate deal will doom the world is beyond me, but reality has never impeded on the liberals' hysteria before. After Paris, Obama blasted Trump saying, "Obviously I'm disappointed with the current American administration decision to put out of Paris. We're going to have to act with more urgency. I'm looking forward to the United States being a leader and not just on the sidelines going forward." The Prime Minister of Canada Justin Trudeau also bashed Trump for pulling out of the deal, and so it was a bit of a shocker when these two anti-Trump men met so shortly after their attacks. Is that all you were talking about, guys? We don't believe you. We know what you are up to and you should be ashamed of yourself, Barack. Share this if you think Barack Obama violated the Logan Act and belongs in jail. President Donald Trump defended by Romney. Liberals' hate for President Donald Trump is rapidly getting out of control, and they just can't hold their urge to criticize the president or do a Kathy Griffin-style joke. No, Griffin didn't make a joke. This is something beyond any joke. It's a disgusting display. President Donald Trump doesn't deserve it. The comedian attempted to get everyone's attention and decided to make a photo session in which she used the president's detached head covered in blood. The photo itself was more than disgusting, but Griffin didn't mind the disgusting detail, and enjoyed her project. Advertisement. The photo session blew away Americans, and everyone is now furious with Griffin's sense of humor. Well, we know that she didn't have any good attention. Moreover, this photo shoot can be freely considered as a method to incite violence. Pretty much the same thing Snoop Dogg did in his video. Why are these people so gross? It's legal to dislike someone, but doing stuff like this could easily put you in jail. I mean, how can these people pretend to kill the president? People didn't like former President Barack Obama, and nobody did a photo session with his bloody head hanging around. Even Griffin knows that these photos can put her behind bars. Advertisement. Mitt Romney came up with a statement on Griffin's photos, and we know that she won't like any of this. Romney is one of the a-lot Americans who condemned Griffin's photo. Our politics have become too base, too low, and too vulgar, but Kathy Griffin's post descends into an even more repugnant and vile territory, Romney tweeted. Well, he's right, and Griffin may finally learn the lesson. In jail. People like her don't deserve anything less than a decent cell. Kathy Griffin is disgusting. Period. Her actions shouldn't be taken lightly. Another win: governor signs bill allowing schools to teach the Bible. This is a glorious day for Kentucky. Governor Matt Bevin, R., today surprised everyone with his decision to sign a bill into law which will soon allow the public schools to start Bible courses. This is one great step for humanity and enormous praise to God. This will teach students knowledge of biblical content, characters, poetry, and narratives. Via American Lookout. Governor Matt Bevin publicly signs bill allowing Kentucky's public schools to teach the Bible. At the Capitol on Tuesday, Governor Matt Bevin gave his public amen to a bill allowing Bible courses in public schools. Normally, a bill signing does not open with prayer, but in this case, it may have been appropriate. At a ceremony in the Capitol Rotunda, Bevin signed House Bill 128, which allows public schools to teach courses on the Bible. The bill's sponsor says students need to understand the role the Bible played in American history. It really did set the foundation that our founding fathers used to develop documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, said Rep. D.J. Johnson, R. Owensboro. All of those came from principles from the Bible. The bill, which easily passed the House and Senate, gives local school boards the option of developing a Bible literacy class as part of their social studies curriculum. The course would be elective, not required. The idea that we would not want this to be an option for people in school, that would be crazy. I don't know why every state would not embrace this, why we as a nation would not embrace this, Bevin told the crowd. The ACLU of Kentucky said it's concerned about how the law might be used in schools. A Bible literacy bill that, on its face, may not appear to be unconstitutional, could in fact become unconstitutional in its implementation, said Advocacy Director Kate Miller. Miller told WDRB News the ACLU will monitor the law closely. We want to make sure that teachers can teach and make sure that they don't go in to preach, Miller said. Many people are glad this is coming back. A lot of moral values enjoyed by the now-aged group in America which have been thrown away may just come back. I hope this will last long,